economy to grow.
The policy is okay, but we also want CBN to also do the needful by supervising the banks, by making sure that the banks do the needful.
For the fact that we are not finding it easy, even to cash in money to take care of our families, I think there is a good intention behind this.
Meanwhile, some commercial bank officials who do not wish to be mentioned say they are yet to get directive from the CBN on the Supreme Court order. The court order is for 7 days, but all eyes are on February 15, 2023, when the Supreme Court will begin hearing on the matter. In Abuja, Bosede Abel, NTA News.
As part of efforts to surmount challenges of circulating the redesigned Naira notes in hinterlands, the Central Bank of Nigeria Ilorin branch is monitoring activities of microfinance banks that are driving its cash swap initiative in Ofa, Kwara State. The CBN monitoring team was also at the palace of the Olofa of Ofa, Oba Muftau Badamosi, to solicit his support. Kendi Omolosho reports.
First port of call was the palace of the Olofa of Ofa, Oba Muftau Badamasi, where the Director of Consumer Protection, Rashida Mungunu, the CBN, she says, is aware of the challenges of circulation of the redesigned Naira notes. As such, the cash swap initiative to ensure people in the rural areas without bank accounts exchange their old notes.
Have a positive attitude and be confident that the Naira redesign policy is not to punish anybody. It's a good policy, it's good for the country. It is what we should do so that we make your Naira more secure.
Olofa of Ofa, Oba Muftau Badamasi Eshuwaye II, commended the CBN for redesigning the Naira notes. He wants the Apex Bank to find a lasting solution to the scarcity.
The idea now is for us to be spending both old and new until further notice.
Away from the palace of the Olofa, the CBN team monitored activities at 2 microfinance banks where it was gathered that customers were swapping their old notes for new ones.
The stress and pressure we undergo here in Ofa in changing new notes has been really, really difficult. But
it has not been easy. For the past 2 weeks now, I've been suffering how to get my old notes swapped to new notes.
People's appeal to the central bank is to ensure more new notes are available at the banks for more people to swap their old notes. Kendi Omolosho, NTA News.
Similarly, officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria Jalingo branch took sensitization on the new financial policy and cash swap initiative of the Apex Bank to famous Iwari and Sunkani cattle markets in Taraba State. Ben Hania reports that the team was also at Taraba State University, Jalingo, on similar mission.
In the past few weeks, officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Jalingo branch, have been going round Taraba State to create awareness over the cash swap policy introduced by the Apex Bank. This time around, the delegation, led by Director, Financial Strategy, Ibrahim Hassan, was at Iwari Cattle Market, which is described as one of the largest cattle markets in Nigeria. Ironically, Iwari community does not have a financial institution. Like Iwari, Sunkani, the headquarters of Aldokola local government area, lacks financial institutions. This necessitated opening of accounts for locals and establishment of cash swap agents by the CBN officials to enable the beneficiaries access the new notes in this community.
Sensitize the leaders of the market and general members of the public as to the new redesigned Naira notes, let them know the benefits of doing it, and also expose them to alternative means of transacting business.
Similarly, the delegation was at Taraba State University, Jalingo, to sensitize its management on the benefits of e-Naira and digital economy. In Jalingo, Bem Hanya, NTA News.
And out to climate matters, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved a comprehensive work plan for the newly established National Council on Climate Change. The president also approved that the nation's energy transition plan be absorbed by the council towards ensuring continuity and sustainability of the initiative in accordance with the Climate Change Act 2021. This was while presiding over the inaugural meeting of the council. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo brings us details.
Inaugurated in September last year, with the President as chairman, the National Council on Climate Change has, amongst other responsibilities, formulating appropriate policies towards achieving green growth and sustainable economic development for Nigeria. This meeting, in line with the objectives of the Act, is also in tandem with Nigeria's commitment to COP26 in Glasgow and Sharm el-Sheikh's COP27.
I commend the management for their dedication to work and hope that the team put in place today for takeoff of the Secretariat will bring up the National Climate Action Plan that will provide sustainable framework for all climate-related activities in Nigeria and also provide assurance tool for engagement with the global community.
And in response to the request by the Council's Secretary and Director General, President Buhari approved a number of measures aimed at ensuring a smooth takeoff and operationalization of the critical organ.
We are stepping up commitments and have agreed to the general terms of the intent of the memorandum on the need to operationalize the Council.
Both the Minister of Environment and Director General of the Council, who presented the first memorandum on Nigeria's response to climate change, described the unflinching support of the President and commitment of Nigeria to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change as fulfilling and reassuring.
Nigeria is set to take the lead on climate change issues, biodiversity, and wildlife conservation and energy transition plan implementation in Africa. We thank you very immensely, Your Excellency.
A number of in-country federal institutions are willing and intending to retrofit their programs and actions to align with the visions of the NDCs and the net zero target that Nigeria has pledged.
The Council has developed a proposed institutional organogram for effective implementation of its mandates. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
You're watching the network news on NTA. Let's take some messages. The news continues shortly.
Time don't come for every man to fight for the soul of we country, Nigeria. Now who go save our fatherland? Who go rescue Nigeria? Now only one man is stand gidigba and he ready for the battle. Now man we will fit trust Kampe. He get experience, he get sense, and we all know him. His name na Atiku Abubakar. We they call him the unifier, and in job now to save we country and bring our people together. He get Nigeria for mind, and he ready to work make Nigeria safe and better again. Atiku they come together with Ifeanyi Okowa. This team na heleleo. This no be time for sentiment or paddy. No, this na time for competence. This man sabi in job wella. Atiku na the answer and solution for a brighter and safer tomorrow. Make we vote Atiku for president for 2023. Vote PDP. Power to the people. Na Atiku Okowa coalition Edo State bring una this message.
There is an outbreak of diphtheria in Kano and Lagos states, which is fast spreading. So far, 38 children deaths have been recorded. Children who are not immunized against diphtheria are at higher risk of contracting this deadly disease. Diphtheria spreads easily through direct contact with infected persons, droplets from coughing or sneezing, and contaminated clothing and objects. Symptoms of diphtheria include fever, runny nose, sore throat, cough, red eyes, and neck swelling. We can prevent our children from dying by getting them fully vaccinated and protected against diphtheria and other vaccine-preventable diseases. Please visit the nearest primary healthcare facility and other health facilities today to get your child immunized. Immunization is the right of every child. Remember to keep your child's immunization cards safe. Vaccines are free, safe, and effective. This message is from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and partners. For further inquiries, visit www.nphcda.gov.ng or call 7722.
On behalf of the entire people of Kebbi State, the APC gubernatorial candidate Kebbi State, Dr. Nasiru Idris Kaurangwandu, the Director General APC Campaign Organization, Kebbi State, His Excellency Alhaji Saidu Usman Nasamat Akingari, the Sarkin Fulani Ngwandu, and former Governor of Kebbi State, cordially invite you all to the flag of and campaign rally of the APC presidential candidate, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shatima Mustafa, which is scheduled to take place as follows. Date, Saturday, 11th February 2023. Venue, Haliru Abdul Stadium, Birnin Kebbi. Chief host, His Excellency Senator Atiku Bagudu, the Matawal Longwandu, Executive Governor Kebbi State and Chairman APC Governors Forum. This presidential campaign and rally is different, as already the land of equity is home of APC. Alhaji Kabiru Sani Giant, Director Media and Publicity APC Campaign Organization Kebbi State, announcer.
Say no say na offense be to do 2 or more business with 2 or more banks with intention to avoid the duty of reporting the business arrangee. And if you no agree to tell the authority people, na crime. Say you know say the law for Obodo Naija talk say person or corporate body must report any transfer of money to Naija or from Naija wey pass $10,000 to SCUMUL, CBN and Security and Exchange Commission in writing inside 1 day from the day wey una start the business. The report must show the nature and the amount wey you wan transfer, plus the name and address of the person wey go receive the money. SCUMUL tanda gidigba to protect Nigerian business area. This message na from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
This message was brought to you by enthusiastic supporters of Jacoban.
You're still watching the network news on NTA. President Muhammadu Buhari this Friday played host to his counterpart from Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoko Embalo. President Embalo is the current chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. He's in Abuja on a private visit. The two leaders met behind closed doors for about 1 hour, but details of discussions were not disclosed. President Embalo maintained close relations with the Nigerian leader since coming to power in January 2020. At various times, he attributed his success at the polls and in governance to the enormous support and assistance by President Muhammadu Buhari. And as a mark of honor and appreciation, Guinea-Bissau recently conferred on the Nigerian leader its highest national honors. This is an appreciation of a significant leadership role and enormous contributions to peace, security, stability and democratic governance in that country in the West African sub-region. Our major road network was also named after him in the capital, Bissau. In other news, the police in Ogun State has paraded 5 suspects in connection with the killing of a central bank staff, Kehinde Fatinoye, his wife Bukola and their son, Oreoluwa. The police named the family driver Lekon Adekombi as the prime suspect. Yemi Dalemo reports.
Parading the suspects before newsmen, the police public relations officer in Ogun State, Abimbola Oyemi, says the prime suspect, Lekon Adekombi, and others confess to the crime and have no justification for their action.
The two teams, in compliance with the CP's directive, embarked on technical and intelligence-driven investigation and traced the movement of the suspect to his elder brother in Iseyin, Oyo State. But he had left the place before the arrival of the police. The teams further intensified their efforts, which yielded positive results when Lekon Adekombi was apprehended in his hideout somewhere in Abuja.
The suspect alleged that his boss refused to increase his salary.
I decided to tell him that, sir, this job is too much for me to do because you don't add money to my account, to my money. So you are paying me 25,000 naira, and the money is not enough for me to feed myself and my family. I cannot manage this money. Please, sir, if you can borrow me, if you can add my money to my salary, please, sir, give me money, borrow me money from my money 1 year or 6 months. So I will use money to invest.
The command assured the public that the law will take its course and the suspect brought to book. In Abuja, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
To elections and security, the Ministry of Defense has upscaled activities in the armed forces towards supporting INEC and relevant agencies to ensure a secured 2023 general elections. This was highlighted during a media interactive session with the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Defense.
For that, we are assuring the country that the Ministry of Defense and the Armed Forces are standing behind the Independent National Electoral Commission to ensure that a peaceful election takes place with a peaceful handing over by May 29, 2023.
Lally, the federal government has provided several platforms for all the services to further secure the nation's land, sea and air domains.
One of the areas government is focusing on is the Gulf of Guinea, the maritime domain, which we believe in the future, it is one of the major sources of revenue for Nigeria. If you look at some countries that are actually surrounded by water, they survive purely from the maritime. Why is Nigeria not making good use of the maritime? What people choose to call the blue economy.
The Ministry of Defense is reassuring Nigerians of their safety as security agencies are working strategically to fight crimes. And the United Nations is committed to ensuring peaceful, credible and inclusive elections in the nation. Resident Coordinator Matthias Schmal gave the assurance when he met leaders of political parties in Abuja at Debola Brooksland Sunday reports.
In less than 3 weeks, Nigerians will elect new leaders that will pilot the affairs of the country. This roundtable between the United Nations, members of the diplomatic community, and leaders of political parties is to discuss plans to achieve the sustainable development goals in Nigeria.
All parties beyond the elections, because
the resident coordinator, Matthias Schmal, underscored the importance of peaceful and credible elections.
We can continue dialogue with you post the elections. Obviously, we will reach out to the new president and government to specifically ensure that we have a common understanding beyond this government with the next government on what to do.
The forum commended INEC for significant progress ahead of the 2023 general elections.
Well, there's no solution elsewhere. We all have to sit here, disagree, agree, and rebuild our country.
Domestic resource mobilization and conducive business environments were listed among the needed transformative initiatives to fast-track the actualization of the sustainable development goals in the country. At Debola, Brooksland Sunday, NTA News.
The Sangaya Islamic school system will be further enhanced through the provision of entrepreneurship skills to students in order to reduce poverty and redundancy among the youth in Yobe State. This is among campaign promises by the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi during a visit to the palace of Emir of Damaturu Shehu Hashimi II Ibn El-Kanemi. Mustafa Yusuf reports.
As the 2023 presidential election draws closer, the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi was in Yobe State to canvass support from the electorate in his bid to secure the country's #1 job. At the palace of the Emir of Damaturu, Peter Obi and his running mate Yusuf Ahmed Datti took time to x-ray the agenda to transform Nigeria, also giving emphasis on their plan to fast-track agriculture with a view to placing Yobe State in the global map of food and livestock production.
Support we're going to attract to be able to build where there's massive agricultural revolution, which will lead to industrialization and for export, which will be a win-win for everybody and put people out of poverty. and that is our commitment.
The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is the third among the 18 presidential candidates to visit Yobe State since the commencement of campaigns in September last year. In Damaturu, Mustafa Yusuf Musa, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party at its 56th meeting approved the expulsion of the former governor of Enugu State, Senator Chimaroke Nnamani, and 6 others from the party for anti-party activities and other grave offences in violation of the constitution of the party. The party in a statement says the 6 others expelled from the party include Chris Ogbo from Imo State, Ajijola Latif Oladimeji, Olayinka James, Ola Leary, Fayoshe, Oluwa Jomiloju John, Akerele Oloyinka, and Emiola Adenike Jennifer, all from Ekiti State. The expulsion takes effect from February 10, 2023. In a swift reaction, Senator Nnamani says the NWC has no power to suspend or expel him from the party, emphasizing that due process was not followed. In a letter through his counsel, Olusegun Jola Awo SCN states that it's only the National Executive Committee that has the power. Now, as political parties intensify efforts to woo the electorate in the forthcoming general elections, FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliu has described the APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the vanguard of women empowerment. This was at the Train the Trainer Summit organized by the Nigeria Women Unite for Tinubu Shetima held at the International Conference Center, Abuja. Ifeanyi Izumba reports.
The Minister of State FCT, Ramatu Tijani Aliu, affirmed that the support given to wife of APC presidential candidate Senator Oluremi Tinubu is a demonstration of Asiwaju's commitment to giving political space to women.
Nigerian women that are resolute from all walks of life to stand solidly behind the candidature of the great APC. That is the Bola Ahmed Tinubu Kashim Shetima ticket.
Wife of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, speaks on her husband's commitment.
I'm 35% affirmative action. I support it, but only with a condition. There are some women who have done well in government.
She further promised to restore the defunct family support program as well as enhance child nutrition, among others. Ifeanyi Izumba, NTA News.
And it's time to head to Lagos, where Adeola is standing by with some reports for us. Hello, Adeola.
Hello, Elizabeth. The federal government will continue to evolve measures targeted at promoting enabling environment for the private sector to thrive and lead the way in job creation for the nation's teeming population. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, stated this at an event in Lagos, and Abolade Salami will tell us all about it.
With the federal government's social intervention programs touching lives and bettering entrepreneurs in various sectors, many believe the country's unemployment challenge is receiving attention. But more heartwarming for Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed is the global niche in music and creative industry being created by Nigerian youths. A development, it says, reflects their resilience and commitment to hard work.
I've always said that the creative industry is Nigeria's new oil. As a matter of fact, this industry has the potential to be bigger than crude oil, and Nigeria has the resource to make it so, which is the creativity of our people. Today, Nigeria has taken the world by storm, be it in music, movies, theater, fashion, literature.
While enumerating efforts of the federal government to support the creative industry and exceptional individuals that have carved a niche for themselves in the industry, the minister was quick to point out areas the private sector can collaborate with relevant government parastatals under the Ministry of Information and Culture for national development.
We are very keen to expand the opportunities available to our youths through training. I'm therefore happy to announce that we are currently working with the United Nations World Tourism Organization and some private sector players to establish a UNWTO Tourism Academy in Nigeria.
The gathering afforded the minister opportunity to interact with youths who are graduating after a 6-week training in script writing, lighting, sound effects, animation, and basic production. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
With 15 days to the presidential election, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has launched 10,000 foot soldiers to canvass votes on house-to-house basis across the metropolis. Musa Toliat reports that the All Progressives Congress also received members of opposition parties into its fold at the event in Lagos.
All Progressives Congress foot soldiers were drawn from various parts of the Lagos metropolis. One of the major focus of the event is to educate them on voting process and what it takes to canvass votes from house to house for the election of presidential candidates of APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as the election of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
The time and resources wasted on rallies cannot give you the value you will derive. If you compartmentalize into cells and you address those cells one by one all over the whole place, that, of course, is one thing that we need to do.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu emphasized that the canvassers should let the electorate know that only the logo of the party will be displayed on ballot papers and not the names of candidates.
We cannot but keep our rightful position. And our position is that we are going to deliver the largest number for our presidential candidate.
High point of the event was the endorsement of APC presidential candidate and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu by coalition of the opposition parties in Lagos.
We, the coalition of political parties in Lagos State, COPIS, endorse Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for president.
The convener of the event and Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, urged the canvassers to go back and educate other party canvassers in their polling units on the do's and don'ts during the election.
Our path to victory are our votes. Move everybody out. Tell them some of the reasons why what I have told you today as a reason to allow APC to continue.
The Eko Nibaje 10,000 foot soldiers is an initiative by the Directorate of Election Planning and Monitoring of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
You're still watching the news on the network service of the NTA. The network news will continue after this break. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. To stay with us, we'll be right back.
How will I want to do on election day?
On election day, I go take my PVC. When I declare the vote, I broom and go put my hand over Tinubu. On election day, I go take my PVC. When I declare the vote, I broom and go put my hand over Tinubu.
People of Nigeria, make we all come out on election day and vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as president. Make Nigeria for better. Make you put your hand for APC. If party will show broom, not forget now broom you go put your hand in. Bam!
On election day, I go take my PVC. When I declare the vote, I go put my hand over Tinubu.
Our new toothpaste, Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection.
Why are we changing our toothpaste?
Because with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, I can be sure your teeth are cavity-free.
When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavity. Colgate is the world's most chosen toothpaste.
Colgate locks calcium in,
keeps cavities out.
Nothing should divide us. Nothing can divide us.
and absolutely nothing will divide us. In our togetherness lies our strength. Our diverse nature beautifies us. Yes, we may not agree socially, politically, and culturally. Not even our ideological, religious, or ethnic differences should lead to bloodshed. Let us draw a leaf from the painful reality of our recent history and give dialogue and negotiation a chance. Let us support our gallant men and women of the armed forces, symbol of our national unity. One people we are, have been, and always will be. Nigeria is my country, your country, our country. Let us keep her together in peace and unity.
On this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's talk health. Paramount rulers in northern Nigeria are recommitting to improving health indicators in the region through mass mobilization and community engagements to boost population immunity and eradicate poliovirus. Ibrahim Dan Hamidu reports on the first quarter review meeting held in Abuja.
Available statistics from health experts in Nigeria indicate that the northern region is still threatened by pockets of diseases in densely populated areas where children and women need to be immunized. This significant portion of the population also includes migrants exposed to a wide range of diseases. This formed part of the agenda for the first quarter review meeting on primary healthcare delivery in Abuja.
We shall also very soon be trying the malaria vaccine. Nigeria has applied to receive the malaria vaccine, and that will also be introduced.
With a view to assess progress made, challenges faced, share good practices, and exchange ideas with oversight agency officials and development partners.
To set the ball rolling, a committee of northern elders with membership from the 19 states and foreign partners has been set up to explore the existing system of coordination and community governance.
I congratulate the government of Nigeria for sustaining the status of zero-wild poliovirus in the country since it was last reported in 2016.
The health of children is and always has been a top priority for UNICEF. Immunizing against vaccine-preventable diseases.
The target of interruption of variant poliovirus is the end of 2023, and we, together with partners and government and you all, want to do everything we can to achieve that target.
Traditional leaders in Nigeria are credited with the successes of some other health interventions in the country. In Abuja, Ibrahim Hamidu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Kogi State Ministry of Health and the State Ministry of Health Healthcare Development Agency have kick-started the immunization of children between the ages of 9 months to 10 against measles and meningitis in the state. Francis Udojo reports that the 8-day campaign flagged off in Echa Omala local government area is to mobilize stakeholders towards achieving total eradication of the life-threatening diseases in Kogi State.
The teardrops from the needle pain is for the moment, but the benefits of the immunization are enormous and life-saving. The World Health Organization statistics indicate that since December 2022, Nigeria had reported 2,996 cases of meningitis across 16 states. Sadly, 336 Nigerians out of the figure died of meningitis.
We're very happy because the vaccine, if we not take it, it can kill children.
I want to use this avenue to call on my subjects in Omala local government area, most especially mothers and caregivers, to avail themselves of this opportunity.
We usually have outbreaks around this time of the year, which is the very hot season. And so it becomes appropriate that we should immunize the eligible children.
The campaign seeks to create awareness, especially to people in rural areas, on the need to avail their children the opportunity of being vaccinated against the killer diseases. The vaccination flag-off, which includes that of COVID-19, will be replicated in other local government areas of Kogi State. From Echa Community, Francis Sudojo, NTA News.
In other news, the federal government has inaugurated affordable houses in Enugu State under the National Housing Program Phase 1. Mina Adobe Ukaobasi reports. All right, that report will come in our subsequent bulletin.
16 units of 3-bedroom bungalow, 24 units in condominium. The housing project, awarded May 2017, is set with construction of internal roads and drainages.
This housing estate is an example of the fulfillment of that promise of change. With the support of the Enugu State government, who provided the land, this place, which was once unused land, amounting to no more than idle capital, has come alive.
Our state, as it stands, has become one of the few beneficiaries of this project within the southeastern part of Nigeria.
One of the beneficiaries of the housing scheme, Mr. Christian Chukwu, who was coach of Super Eagles in 1994, expressed appreciation to the federal government for the gesture.
I am most delighted to have taken my semi-detached 3-bedroom.
The general public has been offered access to the housing units in a non-discriminatory way by opening the National Housing Portal, while allocations are on first-come, first-served basis. In Enugu, Mina Adobe Kobasi, NTA News.
Talking business now, the International Finance Corporation estimates that 40% of micro, small and medium enterprises in developing countries like Nigeria have an unmet financing as well as information needed to boost their businesses. Based on this, the federal government has reiterated commitment to ensure that new and existing micro, small and medium enterprises across the country get the combined capacity financial funds as well as requisite information needed to support their businesses. This will be through the combined efforts of the Nigerian Television Authority and the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, SMEDAN, as the Directors General of the agencies have agreed to collaborate to provide enlightenment and empowerment for MSMEs. The aim is to support government to lift more people out of poverty.
There are quite a number of individuals out there that are yet to benefit from the laudable programs of government, and I think with proper publicity they will be able to buy into it and also benefit, and that in essence is going to better our economy and of course Nigerians.
We want to have a new beginning. We want to even do more because this agency is very critical, because SMEs are the bedrock of the economy.
And for more business reports, let's join Musa Abubakar. Musa, over to you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. The Managing Director, Nigeria Export Processing Zones Authority, Professor Adesoji Adeshugba, says it is the desire of the federal government to have an export-free zone in each state of the federation. While waiting for states to take advantage of the window, the authority is concluding plans towards making University of Abuja the richest in Africa, with the discovery of gold and other solid mineral deposits sitting on more than 10,000 hectares of land on the campus.
So it's going to be a symbiotic relationship between them. The industry the university will feed the industries. The industry will feed the universities, and research will be now utilized. And research will be purpose-based. It's not just going to be researching anything or reading anything or studying anything. And internships and university students having access to knowledge-based productive activities.
And now to capital markets. The Nigerian equities market ended the last trading day for the week in a negative territory. The all-share index shed 0.06% to close at 54,327.3 points. A total turnover of 175.66 million units of securities valued at 5.32 billion naira were traded in 3,563 deals. Market capitalization dropped to 29.59 trillion naira. FBN Holdings, Nigerian Breweries PLC and Guarantee Trust Holding Company were the most traded stocks at the end of the session. That's a quick look at business. Elizabeth, is back to you.
Thank you so much.
At last, the elections are here. Let's turn out en masse on election day and vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as President of Nigeria for a renewed hope and a better Nigeria. Vote APC, the party that shows a broom.
Mommy, it is time for us to leave this place.
One of your earrings is missing.
No one will find it.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
Have a big plan, Mommy.
What do you want?
I want a senior position at Dubai. If anything happens to me, go through the content of this envelope and check every single thing. It's done. No one will ever find out the truth.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
When life gets busy, you can always rely on GoTV to make things a little easier. Upgrade to the next package and we'll boost you to a higher package for free. GoTV. Love it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. You also need protection from these invisible germs. To protect our families, we use Dettol.
Harmattan season brings a lot of germs, but Dettol with Germ Defense gives protection from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
A body has been found. Possibly a child.
I think I have something.
Are you thinking of another ritual murder?
Stop!
Hold on. That's the council he's moving.
So what do we know about these so-called senior court members?
It appears their real strength lies in their members now in government, judiciary, business, and the police.
Now, this is getting interesting.
And for some sporting stories, let's join Olumide Eguntola.